Yo guys, what is happening with Waxable Games, and welcome to another episode of the Minecraft Modded City Let's Play. That's right, we're back here again for another episode. Now, I'm super excited for this episode. You guys probably read the title and you heard the word economy, and that's right. I did actually work on an economy aspect of this world. I was not planning on doing one, but then after seeing some of your comments and seeing some of the messages I got from a couple other creators and Minecraft players and people saying this would be a really cool world to actually come on and play through once it's all finished, it got me kind of thinking. Basically, what I've been doing is working on, well, first of all, if you guys remember the last world, not the latest city Let's Play, but the one before that we were working quite heavily on with a whole bunch of different towns located around the world. You guys remember the big one. It was the first season of our city Let's Play. And in that world, we spent a bunch of time working on currency systems, stock market, different buy and sell methods of how we can buy and sell materials and create pricing for different items to create almost an economy, sell houses, get jobs for people. Kind of a cool way to make the city more lively. The issue with that though is that there's only ever one person playing, me, and I wanted it to be a downloadable map that people can maybe in the future sometime download and then play through living in the city as if they were there, but also have a multiplayer functionality as well in case you wanted to make this into some sort of server where multiple people could come on and play. So with that all in mind, I came into this world trying to brainstorm some ideas, and I realized that we were actually in a modded world. So what the heck am I doing trying to come up with stuff with commands? I did play around a little bit more with the scoreboard, but realized that it's pretty hard to use, especially when you're trying to sell and buy things. It can be a little bit of a pain. So let me show you what I came up with here. Not even came up with, I installed a mod that it will be quite helpful here. And I created a couple different things as examples of what we could do to kind of enforce or create an economy in this world. So first of all, I'll head in over here to the Pacific Regional Employment Center, and this is going to be cool because it adds aspects to every single one of these builds, and I'll show you what I've been working on here. The subway. Oh boy, yeah, there's a lot that's going on. I'll show you what I've been working on, but this is going to add interiors and different things that we can kind of develop into each building, allowing it to just feel much more realistic. So I built this place. This is the Regional Employment Center, and you'll see the first thing over here as part of the mod. Probably easier if I just head in here. It's called the currency mod, and I'm going to try to make this pretty brief, but what it does basically is adds in a whole bunch of currencies you can use, which is very handy just to have those. But then the most valuable things that it adds in here are the exchange machine and the vending machine. They work coincidentally or together, and basically what happens is the exchange machine allows you to sell items. So you'd set an item in here. Let's just give you an example here. If I grabbed a piece of stone and I went in here and I went to edit, I could put the stone here in the first slot. I might even do a mod showcase on this because it's very cool. You'd select the item there, maybe put a price to it. Let's say we want to charge $6, sure. And then now basically what happens if I enter this machine, I place my stone there. Actually, you know what? I had to turn it on unlimited first because I didn't add it any money. But if we do this, basically what happens is I can now get out of edit mode and I can put some stone in there, get some money, and then I can cash it out and get cash for that, which is a really cool feature. Obviously, I can't take this. This is the sell price, but I can see that it's indicated there and I can get some money for it. There's also the vending machine, which works in reverse. I would place the stone in there that'd like to be sold. I would go ahead here and price it. Maybe it's $5. You can actually put the amount of stone that you get for that $5. In this case, we'll just do the 16. You can upgrade these slots. They hold more than 16, I believe. We won't put on infinite stock, but that is an option, but we'll leave it off for right now. That will allow you just to, put one item in there and have it as an unlimited thing to purchase, which is what I will be doing in most of them. I can put my money in here. I can get my change back, but I can also purchase, however many of these. I can shift click to get all of them. I can, right click or left click to get multiple. Anyway, it's a really interesting system. So definitely something that I was excited about when I saw. And we are going to be talking about economy for pretty much this entire episode. So if that's not your thing, I apologize. But I know a lot of you guys do actually like it and you like seeing this kind of stuff in action. And I think it's very cool. So that brings us back to the employment center, which is going to be a fun thing. So what I've created 4 rooms here. The stone miner, or jobs I should say, not rooms, but jobs. The concrete person, a dirt miner, and a woodcutter. And this is going to be one aspect of like a beginner way to make money on the world. You click this button and it brings you into the stone mine, or sorry, this is the wood mine. We can reset the mine by pressing this button. We can throw ourselves into survival with this button. And now we are free to go ahead and just mine however much wood we like. We can reset it. Yes, this is sort of using the prisons model, if you've ever played that before. But it's kind of a cool system which allows you to do all this stuff. Now I've collected some wood. I tried to price everything pretty fairly, but if I head back over into the employment center, we can enter one of these vending machines, throw some wood in there, and cash it out. And there we go. We get a little bit of money for it. So I've done that for all these. The concrete one works a little bit differently. It's the powder, and then you can take the powder up here and you can convert it into regular concrete, destroy that, and sell it for even more. Or you can sell the powder as is. There's a couple other ones, of course. I think you guys can probably get the idea of them. But the dirt one, and then there's also a stone one. They're all sort of set up the exact same way. And I'll hide all these commands eventually when I get this all said and done. Anyway, it's a pretty cool system. And then, of course, you can come over here, sell them all for different prices. It'll work. So now I'm thinking, and by the way, there was a great tutorial on YouTube, not for this building specifically. I kind of just went off on my own and built this, but on the signage for this building, which is just awesome. If I remember, I'll link it below. If I forget, let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's how to build a Subway, and they have a whole bunch of different restaurants in Minecraft. Anyway, this gave me the idea of, obviously, we could now sell things like a foot long or a 6-inch in a vending machine inside of every different store and make them much more functional. So I created this Subway, I created this little jewelry store, and I created this bank. And we'll get into the banks a little bit later. Unfortunately, in this update, the ATMs are not in play, but they will be added, I believe, in the upcoming updates. So I'm excited for that, and we'll be able to build some functional banks that way. Anyway, just go over some more of the builds I've been doing. Just down the road here, we have the Tool Depot, equipment sales and rentals. This is for if you want to buy some tools for the mines. Again, very much like prisons, but they have different prices here for whatever you want. And yeah, you can buy them, and then it will increase your speed at which you can gather items in the mine. Kind of a prison system on that, but again, I want to have a whole bunch of different things. This big factory here is just another one to fill some space. Eventually, I want to turn it into some sort of clothing factory. This one behind us here is another one that I put in. I've been trying to detail them. They look very good here, kind of blended in with the trees and whatnot. This is the FPS factory, or the frames per second. I've labeled all the doors. I just love using the banners now. Honestly, they look so good. But yeah, this is the FPS factory. Can't remember what these guys do actually. FPS distributions. Sell us your items. Oh, right. This was a wood that you can sell your different logs here. So another thing that players can do eventually, offices will go in there, I guess. Another thing players can do is set up different factories and create, different products, sugarcane, what be it, wood, different farming products and whatnot. And so that can be pretty cool. But anyway, I'm going to be building a whole bunch of little plazas and whatnot, and apartments for rent, and a whole bunch of things we're going to get into, and it will be really cool. Another thing, and I'm going to do a whole nother tutorial on how to do this, but another interesting thing that I've learned is that we can lock chests and hoppers. This is actually a vanilla feature that I never used before, and this is great because it actually allows us to store certain things in chests and whatnot that you wouldn't normally be able to do, or that other players would usually be able to access, I should say. For example, was it this place that I put one of these locked chests in? I believe it was. If you walk back here, oh, this one's not locked. This is just the actual code hardware, which I think is the code for the hoppers. But anyway, you can create key codes and use them to open different chests, which is a really cool feature as well. Also over here, I put in a little jewelry store as well as just another little shop right here. Yeah, and then this was the build that we were working on last episode over here. And aside from that, not much else has changed. But yeah, we got a bunch of really cool buildings. I may have built this off camera actually after you guys left. I think I did. I may have done that. But other than that, not much else has changed. The whole idea here is that we're basically going to start building builds that will be in some way related to the economy in future. These are great because you can buy these all later at some point. You could rent a room at the hotel. You could, this one doesn't have any interior. Might be something to work on. Maybe put in some condos or something. Parking garage, again, kind of useless. We could add a car mod, but I'm trying to limit the amount of mods that we're using. Oh yeah, I put this place in too. Nothing special, but just a little store where you can actually purchase vending machines and exchange machines. Yeah, figured it'd be a useful thing for anybody wanting to start their own store in here. And I might get a couple other players on here at some point in the future and kind of play around with the actual economy and see how it works. Eventually hoping that we can release this as a map. But yeah, I just want to come on there and show that to you guys very quickly and kind of explain it all. And I was also going to reach out to some of you guys and ask you if you had any ideas as to other mods that you think would kind of fit into this world. Obviously, a car mod is being considered. We have Archimedes ships, or it's actually called Da Vinci's vessels now, which allows for us to build planes, boats, all these kind of things that can float and fly, and that we can use to not only sell but get around quicker. And they're going to be a fun little feature here as well. I did try to experiment with the car. Hold on, actually. Look at the street, by the way. This looks really good, actually, now that we've got all the trees and everything. But hold on. Aha, there it is right there. This is the car that I was using, and if I could just assemble it, we should be able to drive it here. Yeah, you can see that it's driving. Not the most attractive car on the planet, but this is a possibility for future if we wanted to add and build our own cars like this, just like we did using Archimedes ships. This could be a lot of fun. I'm not sure why this isn't linking to the ground. The issue I had earlier was that they were actually connecting with the ground, and then I wasn't able to create them or move them. But if they're not doing that, that is fantastic. And apparently it already recognizes this as a ship. Maybe it's already assembled, or I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, either way, it's working very well, and I would like to use this potentially in the future. We just have to get a couple compact car designs in, and we could have a lot of fun with this mod. So I think there's a couple cool things that we can do. Right now, all I have, though, is the currency mod, world edit, and the Da Vinci's vessels, as well as the moving world, which is to support that mod. So really just 3 mods in this pack. And I might try to keep growing it. I don't know, but it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens with this world. I've been super excited about it and building a whole bunch of stuff. And I will continue to keep doing that. Also, wait a second. You guys didn't even see this half of the mountain, did you? Or did you? Either way, I don't think that you guys saw these, which are little driveways up in the potential areas for new houses. This one's a big one that drives all the way up here, and there'll be a house back in the hills here. I'm also going to continue expanding the mountain. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to do off camera. But yeah, the mountain I think is looking pretty good, and we've got a whole bunch of roads going through it. I'm kind of going off topic now, but that's basically the principle of what we're doing here and the idea of the video. I just wanted to get that out and kind of share it with you guys in case you guys had any suggestions or ideas. And we got a Subway, of course, too, which is always fun. I'm going to put a couple more restaurants in. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. I just want to make a really quick episode specifically dedicated to the economy factor of this world. Now, it's not going to affect really too much of the building that we do. I'm going to be still trying to build stuff every single episode, and then eventually going in afterwards and adding some sort of aspect that can be interacted with other players. But that's sort of the idea. So I hope that you guys like the concept of that and are excited about this series as I am. And yeah, that's about it. If you guys did enjoy the video, please don't forget to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next one.